Reacher and Holmes see what others miss, but their methods are completely different. Right? Let's break it down. We're going to use them as avatars, essentially, to illustrate two different kinds of profiling methods, that of top-down and bottom-up. Right? It should be factual if you know your Holmes and you know your Reacher that they both use both. But I'm just using the characters as a way to illustrate these for you. Imagine walking into a room and instantly understanding what's happened. Who's in charge, who's nervous, who's confident, and even going into some sense of prediction correction algorithms around their next moves or what they might be. You can train your mind to do this with these key profiling methods, that of top-down or bottom-up, right? Let's break down the differences. Top-down profiling starts with existing knowledge, patterns, pre-established categories. You use past experience to quickly classify a situation or a person. It's like when you recognize someone as a salesperson before they even open their mouth, because they fit the salesperson profile you've built over time. It's along those lines. Bottom-up profiling, on the other hand, starts from scratch. Instead of relying on generalizations, you gather real-time details, human behavior, tone of voice, conversational postulates, everything that goes on, and build a profile from the ground up. It's slower, but often more accurate. So how does this help you in real life, right? Here's a few scenarios. Think of social situations. Let's say you enter a party. A top-down approach helps you categorize people fast, identify cliques, leadership dynamics, personalities based on familiar pattern. But a bottom-up approach that helps you spot anomalies. Maybe the quiet guy in the corner isn't just shy, but carefully observing everything. Or the most outgoing person is masking nervousness. These types of things. If you think about it from work and negotiation standpoint. In a business meeting, a top-down approach lets you predict a client's behavior based on past experiences with similar clients. But bottom-up profiling helps you notice facial expressions, subtle hesitations, filler words, hidden motivations that are revealed in real time, giving you the edge, right? If you think of personal safety and awareness, if you've ever had a gut feeling that something wasn't quite right, top-down profiling helps you recognize common threat patterns. Top-down profiling helps you recognize common threat patterns, like someone pacing outside a store or looking suspicious. But bottom-up profiling adds precision, detecting inconsistencies in their behavior, nervous glances, adjusting their waistband, concealed carry notions that exist. So, Sherlock. Thinking about Sherlock as a top-downer. Holmes starts with theories, principles, and applies them to new situations. He filters detail through logic and discards the irrelevant ones.
Inevitably, one begins to twist facts to suit theories instead of theories to suit facts.
Holmes might analyze a person's clothing, speech, physical features in order to deduce their past, their habits, their profession. This is top-down processing. You start with a framework and you apply it to reality. You can look at Reacher as the instinctive observer, bottom-up processing. He absorbs raw data first. He notices everything before forming a conclusion. He relies on pattern recognition and reacts in real time. Reacher walks into a room and immediately registers license plates, exit points, threats, anomalies without thinking about it. This is bottom-up processing. You're starting with raw data and letting the patterns reveal themselves. Holmes keeps his information in the old memory palace, but how does Reacher remember dozens of details without overloading his brain? There are two easy memory hacks you can use. Oh, I say easy, they're easy depending upon how often you use them. The first, chunking, grouping information for rapid recall, right? So if you had a license plate, JKR8394, Reacher chunks it into meaningful parts, right? JKR, his initials, 83, a known highway, 94, a famous military base. Put them together, right? And then you've got the method of loci, which is that of spatial memory recall. He could mentally place key details into locations, so exit routes in corners, threats near doorways, right? That helps him instantly recall details in context. Now, both Holmes and Reacher, they have a secret weapon that makes their observation skills razor sharp. And it's one that's still accessible today. Stoicism. Rule was you have power over your mind, not outside events. Detaches from emotions. He sees facts, not feelings. Reacher never reacts. He processes, then acts, right? Two different ways of achieving the same end. Think of it this way, right? If I gave you a challenge, next time you walk into a room, I want you to practice neutral observation, just the seeing of everything. Zero judgments, just facts. You step into a room, glance around for 5 seconds, just close your eyes. What do you remember? The number of people, their clothes, the exits. Train this, and your observational skills skyrocket, right? You can think of the second challenge as reverse Holmesing, which is predicting someone's background by their surroundings instead of their appearance, right? So you're doing that to me here. What's my background like based on my surroundings rather than my appearance? The challenge being that instead of analyzing a person's outfit, you analyze their environment. What clues tell you about their personality, their job, their habits? And becomes who sees more? Or Reacher. Truth is both, or neither, depending upon your point of view. Is your investigator half empty or is he half full? But with these tactics, you can see just as much as well. If I flashed this plate on the screen, what could you chunk that up into? What immediately stands out? How about this environment? What does that environment tell you about the person? These are the practices in action for you to be able to do this at will, with ease. Much like anything, it needs practice. You have control over your own mind, not the thoughts of others. So which is better? Truth is, you need both. Top-down profiling is faster, great for quick decisions, conservation of mental energy, but bottom-up profiling is slower, but more detailed, helping you avoid costly mistakes. The trick is knowing when to rely on each one. Not that you should ever rely on one method by itself at all, anywhere, ever. Right? The more you practice these techniques, the sharper your perception becomes. Right? So next time you step into a room, try this. Make a quick top-down assessment. Who stands out? Then slow down. Use bottom-up profiling to confirm or challenge your first impression. Right? You'd be amazed at what you pick up. Try these drills today and let me know what you discover in the comments. And if you want more ways to train your mind like some of these infamous detectives, hit subscribe and I'll see you at the next one.